All right, welcome everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Shadows of the Past, a, for now, solo campaign featuring Henrik, a formerly semi-wealthy man who has recently lost his wife who was pregnant with his child to one of the local lords. Um, he has landed on the notion that this is a vampire, a blood sucking creature of the night who can use various hypnotic powers in order to entrance people. And he believes that that is what happened because prior to meeting this noble, his wife and he had a very happy marriage, and they were very excited for the birth of their first child. All of this has taken place here in Kastra, the capital of the kingdom of Carpathia. Carpathia is a very strong, independent nation located right at the foothills of Kisden, the great dwarven empire. And before the decline of the dwarven empire, they had assisted the Carpathians in building some of their castle fortresses. Because of this, the Caledonian Empire to the north was never able to fully conquer them. And Carpathia has to this day remained a strongly independent nation. Heinrich has, since the loss of his wife and child, fallen into destitution practically. He has no money and no power to his family name anymore. He once swam in the, finer circles here in the capital of Kastra, but now that he has been cast out, he finds himself alone on the streets most days. And that is where we pick up with Heinrich wandering the town square, lost for what to do as far as, where he goes with his life now.
Yeah, where am I going with my life now?
Well, first we're going to get you sized down correctly. Apparently you were 10 feet tall for a minute there.
Okay.
But now you're regular size and you are in the town market. The Kastra is a very what would the word be? Bourgeois.
Bourgeois?
Yeah, kind of bourgeois kind of town. There are a lot of upper class, wealthy nobles who flock to the castles and uh, palaces here. You're also very isolated, being halfway up a mountain, and the further up you go, the more you find secluded Austrian, Romanian kind of palaces and castles.
Cool.
So yeah, all of the stuff that you'll find here is about twice as expensive as you would find it anywhere else, but it's also all of the finest qualities that can, be imported.
Yeah. Um, I'm just getting into this, and I have no idea where I would go. Where I would start? I have to do some thinking. Where would I start?
Yeah, well, basically, that despite the fact that this is a very uh, bourgeois kind of, town, the more pampered the lords, the more the need for workers and
Yeah,
craftsmen, servants of all kinds. So that you can always find work doing something like that. But your
yeah,
but your pride has been stung so greatly that looking at any of the lords connected with this man, this monster who took away your life from you, just kind of turns your
yeah. So
stomach, I would imagine.
this lord that I imagine to be a vampire, does he have a public figure? Is he known to be one of the typical lords?
No. In fact, this is like a cousin of some, lord who means something. He himself is almost meaningless, making the sting to your pride even worse, given the fact that in normal circumstances this man was not really a challenge for you. That's how you were able to marry into such a fine family to begin with, is you cut a very good figure normally.
All right.
And this
Could
guy, go ahead.
I dare ask his name? Would
Yeah.
I know his name?
Yes. His name is Aldrich. Aldrich von Liechtenstein the Third.
Okay. In backgrounds.
However, Aldrich von Liechtenstein III, as I said, happens to be the cousin of a much more famous and wealthy, influential lord. And so he gets to kind of tag along to all of these fine events,
Yeah.
but would never dare hold one. Indeed, his palace would be laughed at in the circles that he runs in.
Yeah.
Even though it's still a fine place to live, it's nowhere near the fine palaces of his cousin.
Yeah.
And
So
notice I
Ulrich
said
von Liechtenstein.
palaces.
Uh-huh.
Notice I said palaces plural. The lord that he is cousins to is not actually in line to inherit the throne of Castra, but he is part of that same noble family.
Could you have a name for that higher lord?
Although I hesitate to name him right now, he is still one of the von Liechtensteins.
Okay. So Ulrich von Liechtenstein is
Aldrich.
sucking.
Aldrich.
Yeah. All Drake.
Yeah. Ulrich von Liechtenstein is a character from a movie that I love.
Ah, cool. So Ulrich von Liechtenstein is
Aldrich.
yeah, Aldrich. ULD.
ALD. All,
AL.
all Americanized and everything.
All right. Aldrich von Liechtenstein is in the von Liechtenstein lineage. So that's why.
Yes. That's why he was at the same party that you and your wife were at one night, and he was just instantly infatuated with her and began to invite you guys to like some of the higher level stuff. And of course, your wife was all like, "Oh, we must go. We have to make an appearance." La, 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 la. And
Yeah. And I
and,
was like, yeah, sure, honey, whatever.
yeah, whatever made her happy. For her happiness was your, heart's desire. And unfortunately, he used some time spent with her to dominate her and take her away from you.
Yeah. Okay. So my question to myself is, do I want to go for him immediately, I believe I could not. I'm a solo guy. He has guards. So is he the leader of this little area, this bourgeois town, or does he have
No,
a
no,
caste?
no. Or do you mean Aldrich?
Yeah, Aldrich. Does he?
Aldrich is basically the Lord Sheriff.
Okay.
He's in charge of like policing this town, but no, he is not the lord of this town. This is the capital. The capital is ruled by the king.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Um, cool. So I'm in a circle inside the capital. I'm in a circle of the market,
Yes.
and he just polices this area. Well, he's
Yes.
in charge of that. Okay.
Yes, all of the guards are extremely loyal to him, which
Yeah.
is why you dared not strike against his cousin.
Yeah. Would I find a temple?
Here in Carpathia, there are many ruined temples to various gods. Most notably, in ancient times, there was a goddess called the White Raven, and there are many ruined temples to her that have been purposefully torn down. Here in Carpathia, there are no temples to any of the gods, as the king has outlawed any worship of the gods whatsoever. And it is
Okay.
it is widely rumored in many circles that not only he, but many of the other nobles practice the dark witchcraft arts of the ancient past.
Yeah, which makes it hard to find a cleric. Would I have the streetwise knowledge of where to find a cleric in such a place?
Although some clerics do come through occasionally, proselytizing and condemning the dark practices of witchcraft, usually they're run out of most of the towns.
All right. This is going to be intense. I have no money. There's no way I can scheme against a lord. What I have is to build myself up. I'm going to go look for work. Is there an inn or a town hall or a barracks with a town's guards where I could be hired for grunt work?
Yeah, so here in Castra, there are not many people like just passing through like adventurers, mostly due to the fact that it is extremely difficult to get to Castra, which is why Castra has remained a free city for its entire existence. And due to that fact, finding mercenaries or adventurers is a little bit more difficult. However, there are always young men and women who seek to escape the life of the son or daughter of a working class servant and wish to set out. And they can usually be found down in the slums.
All right, what if I want a job? Well, I mean, if there a mission board somewhere.
Yeah. So, like, if you're looking for a job, you're in the right place. So there is always a posting right here in the center of town of
Okay.
various escort missions and caravan duty guide, either as a caravan guide or as a hired sword to help protect the caravans, because like I said, these people, they love to live the high life as much as possible, and they live halfway up Mount Everest.
Yeah.
So, it's like they always have caravans coming and going up and down the narrow mountain paths. And I don't know if you know this or not, but narrow mountain paths are great places to like ambush and steal stuff if you're inclined to do that, because where are you going to go at what speed?
Yeah, exactly.
Like how you gonna get away? Like you just give us 10% of what you got and we'll let you pass. And most, caravans without sufficient protection take that deal.
Yeah. All right. I will want to have to hire a henchman, like I said myself. So I would go to the slums and just look around and literally just say, hiring a henchman, hiring a guy to come with me on the mission. Who's in? I
Okay.
would go in the slums and just look around, talk to teenagers hanging out on the street, looking for capable people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I wouldn't take just a random guy who looks like a slacker, but anyone who, like you said, the slums have people eager to.
To escape the slums.
Yeah.
Just changing maps. All right. So as you approach the slums, you see that the finer housing, especially, the houses more like the one you used to live in, kind of fade. The paint and mortar is chipped, and the houses here are barely livable compared to what you're used to. As a result, uh, of seeing that, or not as a result, but in conjunction with seeing that, you also notice that the guards are much less in number around here. There doesn't seem to be an urgency for making sure the streets are as safe.
I get it. I'm gonna have to make myself safe then.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god, my passive perception is 10. Oh shit. I did everything and I never thought about the perception skill.
Yeah, wisdom is one of those stats that you don't need it until you need it. And then you really need it.
I mean, with this kind of character, you need to put your stats everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, when you're a solo character, you kind of need stats everywhere.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe I remove one skill and put this one in. Um, give me just 1 second. Now that I realize that, I still want to have that basic passive of 12 instead of. It's gonna take a sec. It's not giving me the choice. That's why. That's freaking why. Yes, I have. Here you go. Here you go. Perception is now a. Ooh, I had to remedy this. Thank you for your patience.
No
Yes
problem.
to this, no to that. And we're good. I am now at 12 passive. Just, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So there's a minstrel and there's a peasant.
Yes. So as you enter the slums, there is one other thing that you notice. Down here, despite the fact that everybody is living much poorer than you would ever choose to live, it seems as though everybody is still very happy, and a minstrel plays as children dance around him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. Well, I'll go address the first peasant. Excuse me, kind sir. Ooh! Background music. Excuse me, kind sir. Would you know of anyone who is capable and is seeking adventure? Or just the job to get out of the slums?
And he says, so many of our kids have been pulled away recently. Oh, it's terrible. And they few that remain are either too young or too weak-armed to wield a weapon, but I wish you luck, stranger. And he just kind of walks off.
All right. Do I still have 5 gold in my purse?
Yeah. You finger your purse to make sure that the 5 gold is still there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, all 5 are still there.
All right. I'll get to the minstrel. Sir Minstrel. And I repeat the speech.
Yeah,
he
says, "Oh, fair traveler, come from afar. Come and see how rich we are." And that's all the torment I will give you as an actual person, since I am not an actual minstrel and do not have the talent for singing. And he just, sings songs to you as he begins to describe life here in this slums.
All right. I'm moving on. I mean, my goal is to search. I get to the guard. Hello there, kind sir guard. Are you aware of anyone who is looking for a job to help me on accomplishing missions and quests? Simple, straightforward thing. You or anyone else, basically.
Aren't you Heinrich?
Yeah, I am.
Weren't you cast out?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm still human.
Listen, you weren't banished or exiled or nothing, but you ain't got no money, do you?
Well, I got a bit of money.
How much?
5 gold.
Good luck.
I mean,
Eddie just walks away.
I can't hire anyone with little money like that, but I can, promise a
right.
higher level.
Yeah, no, he just walks away. He laughs at you.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I see that there's no point. I'm gonna go back to the mission.
Whoa! Just for the record, that was just a couple interactions. There's definitely more to be had if you're.
All right. Yeah, because I saw 3 people on the streets, and I just.
I've had somebody say something to me about that before, where it's wait, was there another option? And it's oh yeah, there's always another option. Don't get frustrated just because things don't instantly come together.
Yeah, it's not frustration. It's just a deduction. This has yielded no result. Okay.
Right, and I know that some DMs will just put their players through that torment of knowing that they're not going to give them a companion here, but making them talk to everybody anyway. I would never do that. If you're persistent enough, you will find someone.
Okay, so that's the point. So basically, where's the biggest house? Is that it?
Yeah. So you go to like what
No.
amounts to like a soup kitchen kind of area?
All right. Soup kitchen. Hey, soup kitchen. Oh, so you actually have the insides.
Yeah.
Ah,
You think this is amateur hour here? So but I gotta actually uh make sure you're in the right building because I couldn't see either.
okay. So I would have come in through here. So you say that there was, I mean, a soup kitchen.
Yep, and this is it.
All right.
And let me just get some peasants in here.
I'm okay if you say I see something.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like I said, I already have most of this ready to go. So you see a cook over the fire making some soup for a couple of peasants and some children that are gathered here, eagerly awaiting some food. This is the
Yeah.
poorest of the poor. If anybody is willing to work for 5 gold, it's these guys.
All right. Well, I 5 gold is the only thing I have, so I
I,
can't
I
really.
didn't I didn't mean you had to pay them all 5. I just meant like
Yeah,
if you could
I
find
understand.
anyone for
Okay.
your 5 gold budget, it's here.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, kind sir and ma'am. Is there anyone amongst you who is looking for an escape of this lifestyle and into a life of adventure and possibly riches, but mostly growth?
I thought you were gonna say danger for a second. Possibly riches, but mostly danger.
Yeah, I mean, my goal is not to make anyone rich; is to earn a living with some freedom
Yeah.
uh, and adventurous escapades for sure, but growth. You know, where you will grow
So
as a person.
one of the children jumps up and says, "I'll come."
Yeah, I hope that one day you'll have strength and courage, and I do encourage you to work on any skills that you're good at, so you can have a better living. But I'm looking for an adult that is capable and someone already skilled at something.
I can fight. And with that, he pulls out a dagger and shows you like him stick in the air.
Yeah. Am I going to hire a child? Don't you have parents, child?
Oh, unfortunately, my dad was called away and my mom caught the fever.
So you're an orphan.
I'm an orphan.
All right. That's weird.
Well, not really here. There's a lot of orphans down here.
I'm just thinking, am I really thinking about hiring a kid? You know, getting a
Oh,
kid?
it's up to you. This is just, he's excited. You can
Yeah.
continue to talk to everybody and be like, nah, kid.
I'm just going to gaze at the face of the adults if anyone
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah. So,
interested.
so you're looking at the adult. The first thing you see is that one of them is very old. I mean, just like 60s,
Yeah.
70s in a medieval, society. The
Yeah.
the other one is uh crippled. He has a leg that is shorter than the other, kind of atrophied, and so he's basically like got a club leg. He'd only slow you down. But the
Yeah.
but the third one appears to be a farmer, probably recently pushed off of his lands. He looks strong enough, but he's kind of got the look of a big dumb ox.
Yeah. So my option is an agile kid or another frontliner. Hey, kid, what's your name?
My name? My name's Jorgen, sir.
Are you able to shut up when it's time and talk when it's time?
I sure will be quiet if you tell me to, sir.
All right, come here and let's talk. Let's talk in private. Come here with me. Did you have your food today at least?
I was just about to get some. And he grabs his bowl and says, "But I don't have to eat right now. I'm okay."
All right. So first thing I tell you is eat right now. You need to work on a full stomach.
Okay, and so he runs over to the cook and
Yeah, I want to make sure that he eats. I go to the cook and I drop a gold coin on the side of the counter, gaze at her in the eyes. So she gets one of my gold coins.
She says, "Oh, thank you, sir, but really there's no need. We get food donated from all over town, and even some of the nobles drop by to give us some of their leftovers."
Yeah, I'm not gonna take back that coin. It's yours. It's for you to feed the kids here.
And she ladles you up a bowl and says, "Well, please, at least join us." And she also slips you a loaf of bread to split amongst you and your.
All right. So I'm gonna eat with the guys. Okay. Well, basically, that usually causes people to, know someone by his actions. Well, my name is Heinrich Cornelius, and I was destituted wrongfully. So I understand your pain, your suffering. Well, some of it. And I did grow in the slums also as a kid. I understand. So anyway, the goal was for them to hear my name and see a gold piece drop. So, you start like that. If you want to make a name, you make people hear the name and associate it to a deed. That's how you do it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so
sounds like somebody's gunning for the local hero feat.
I'm here for, if it's not going to be, persuasion is when you try to talk and persuade. Deception is when you try to lie.
Yeah.
Intimidation is when you do an action. But you
get
a name when you act.
Not necessarily. Intimidation, you don't have to do anything. You can intimidate with just a look if you do it right.
Yeah, well, the look would be that act. It's momentary. It's on an event. But if you want to grow some precedence, I'm thinking 20 games ahead. If I want to have the support of a community, I have to be the first one giving. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then one day, anyone in the slums will hide me if I need to run. It's something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Young Jorgen, you're done with your food?
Oh, yes, sir. He just swallows the last bite. He still has a mouthful of bread.
All right. Let's get to the alley. All right. So I just want him to...
his small legs pump furiously as he tries to keep up with you.
Now, this is going to be fucked up. But I didn't want to have another tank. I wanted to have someone... I hope he's not a level 0. But, he's probably a level 0 anyway.
He is, but by the end of today, he might not be.
Yeah, exactly. So, young Jorgen, here's what I would like you to do. I will want you to make an effort sometimes. And I will care for you the best I can. Okay, I'll be like an uncle, Uncle Heinrich. Okay, and sometimes you'll have to do stuff for me, like climb into a window and open a door from behind and stuff like that. Sometimes you're gonna have to hurt someone with your dagger. You understand this?
Oh yeah, I've had to defend myself for these last 6 months here on the streets.
All right. Well, hopefully, if everything goes well, you're not going to be alone anymore for a while. And you're going to accompany me, and you're going to help me, all right?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be, to the eyes of anyone, my nephew, Jorgen, and I'm going to be your Uncle Heinrich, okay?
Uncle Heinrich, yes, sir.
Yeah. And sometimes we'll go in the wild and we'll hunt. Sometimes we'll find a way to feed ourselves, put traps around, and Also manage in the city life. If I achieve my objective, you will have a comfortable life for the rest of your life.
Oh, maybe I could even be a knight one day.
If your dream is one day to be a knight, let's see what we can do to make that happen. But that will only happen if you work for it. And this is where I come in. All right. So just follow me and try to not do too much comments. Like, don't attract attention. Okay. If you survive here for the last 6 months, you know that attracting attention is not healthy.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. So let's keep it easy. All right. Come with me.
Okay.
All right. So basically, I'm gonna go to the town center.
Yep.
Does he have less than average clothing?
Yes.
What would be? I go to a clothing shop anywhere here. What would be the price of common clothing? Not fine, nothing exquisite. The lowest quality we can find here that is better than slum-like.
Okay, yeah. So you're looking for stuff that is still probably made of coarse fibers, like
Yeah, but cleaner and
yeah, the burlap, like hemp sack type of clothing, but like made a little, nicer than just the rags that he's wearing now.
exactly. Because
Yeah,
I don't have the money to buy anything fine, and I don't care. I'm wearing normal traveler's clothing,
probably 10 silver, so 1 gold piece.
so 1 gold. All right, so I'll get him a kit of good clothing.
I mean, that's including boots and an overcoat and just everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. So 1 gold. Boom. I just spent another gold on this kid. So I imagine he's happy and satisfied with the upgrade of clothing.
As you guys are going from shop to shop, picking up pants, boots, coat, he's just like wide-eyed and so thankful that he starts to cry.
Cool. That's good. How old are you, Jorgen?
Well, I don't rightly know, sir, as my mom and dad couldn't read or write, and so we just marked notches.
All right.
And I.
What does he look like?
He looks like he's about 12.
All right, he's 12, so he's not 8 because 8 would be impossible.
Yeah,
12,
no.
12's good.
Yeah,
12 is a teenager ready to fend for his life.
He looks like he's just about to hit that lanky stage.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So the boots feel comfortable, eh? Better than your sandals. The clothing. I mean, for comfort, that has to be a big upgrade.
I'm probably going to get some blisters breaking them in, but they're real nice, sir.
Here you go. Let's head to the mission board.
I can't read none of that. You can?
Yes, Jorgen, all you have to do is follow me and embrace your new lifestyle. It's a mouth to feed, but it's going to be easy to feed.
As you say that, as he hears that, he kind of like straightens his back and stands as tall as he can and puts his hand right on the hilt of his dagger and makes himself look as impressive as his 12-year-old self can muster.
Cool. That is funny, but I'm gonna have a kid to help me. Why not? All right.
Yeah,
mission.
Yeah. So you go and you look at the board and there's just all kinds of papers like tacked over each other and spread out. Looking through all of them would be impossible, but you've look around and you see a couple that like kind of stand out. The first one is a simple caravan escort mission, but instead of guarding a train full of goods, you would be escorting a single carriage down the mountain. This should be a lot easier than making sure that, 10 or however many wagons make it down the mountain.
Yeah.
So it kind of catches your eye for that reason. Also,
that's good. Next.
Also, you notice another one that says wanted, guard for private party. And this catches your attention because normally the von Lichtensteins would be providing guards for most parties. So this must be somebody who doesn't want to go through our Lord Sheriff. And so that catches your eye. And then the third and final one that catches your eye says reward for the return of my prize puppy. And it is offering 100 gold pieces for anyone who can return his puppy to him.
The quest that promotes the advancement of my character the most is the private guard. And the one that is the easiest is a carriage. And I don't do puppy quests.
I don't do puppy quests. I mean, listen, it's 100 easy gold was what I was thinking.
It is 100 easy gold.
That's why I threw it in there. You don't ever have to do a puppy quest.
I mean, it's cool that you put it in there. I'm actually reconsidering it. It is 100 gold, but is it 100 gold that I want, or is it? I'm sure Jurgen will need to have experience in somehow, and however he gains experience will define his class.
Oh yeah.
That's what happened.
Oh yeah, what Jorgen turns into, should he survive, is going to be highly dependent upon like all of the decisions you make from here.
Yeah. I want to get him a slingshot. Actually, no. I'm a tinker. I can build a slingshot in 1 hour. So I just want to... Do I even have to purchase leather?
Well, only because it's like, a slingshot, if that's what you're going for, would you need to like find the materials for that? But if you're just trying to build him a sling, then you would probably have enough leather to just make him a sling.
Yeah, I want him to have a ranged weapon, because he's gonna die if he tanks at 12 years old with a dagger.
Yeah, but you probably would have like a couple of spare daggers on you at least, You could give him like 3 daggers is what I'm saying, so he could throw like 1 or 2.
Okay, so he could do that. Okay. I'm gonna give him 2 more daggers. Let's say I want to keep a dagger on me at all times. I'll always have a dagger because it's not a fighting dagger; it's a hunting dagger. It's typical dagger.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But the combat daggers, let's say I give him 2, so he would now have 3. Okay.
Yep.
And we'll take some time before we try any missions. Let's say we leave. I'm just gonna say we go. Is there a patch of wood not so far that we can get within 15 minutes? And you don't have to
yeah.
Map?
Oh no, I have a map.
All right. So basically, I'm thinking I just want him to train. I'm gonna show him basic moves in martial arts that I've learned. and how to use his dagger. You know, you don't fight with a dagger the way you fight with a rapier. Just, you know, basic handling of weapons. This is just role play stuff. It's not a big thing.
Right.
And
right.
and then I have him practice throwing the daggers into a tree, and we'll do this for 1 hour so he gets the hang of it. And that's the end of it. So this is just basic training. So, young Jorgen, if you here's a map.
So as you can see, it's kind of the mountains still, but there are some trees.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just want to go in a place where there's trees. So I imagine we have no choice than to cross the Donovan guy.
Oh no, is there somebody here?
Yeah. Actually, this is good training. Right here, Jorgen. Climb this, and I'm going to stay below to catch you.
Oh, there we
Climb
go.
with this rope.
Yeah, there's nobody here. Okay.
All right, cool. But still, we're going to climb here. Go ahead, Jorgen.
Okay, sir.
And I hand him a piece of rope. So I'm below you to catch you if you fall, but you have to bring the rope up and tie it to something.
Okay, sir. So, I can tie knots real good.
Yeah, let's hope he can.
He ain't lying. He actually can tie good knots.
Cool.
But climbing, we're about to find out.
Yeah, I'll be right below him in a ready action catch.
Oh no. So, even though that one says 20, it's because the one bumped it over. It was an 8. So he goes to start to climb, and he can't even pull himself up. He's not strong enough just yet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying real hard.
Okay. Is there things like if you take more time, it's easier?
No. That represented his best try after like half an hour of just like struggling to get up there.
All right. Do you accept that I would climb with my acrobatics instead of athletics?
It depends on what you're trying to climb. You know, like if you were trying to climb, like let's say a ladder, absolutely. You know, even though you don't even need to roll that, but if you wanted to like get up it faster or something, you could roll acrobatics to try and, you know, like, but when you're talking about like a sheer rock wall like this, it's really hard to be acrobatic about it because it's mostly just raw finger grip and
yeah, so you need the strength to pull yourself. Yeah. So if you say, "Come with me, Jorgen, we'll find a path." It's just I look at your walk, and the forest is simply not accessible if you don't climb a rock surface. I look at your map right now. There's no wood anywhere without climbing, unless here is an easy slope.
Well, yeah, like I assumed that you wanted to give him like, you know, almost vertical, you know, but yes, over here there are easier slopes for him to climb.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want to get to the forest.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you give him a nice easy slope to climb, then he doesn't even need to roll. He just, you know, perseveres his way up there.
Yeah. So basically, that's where we go. That was the point. Okay. I don't have strength as a character, and neither does he. So because he's 12.
Yeah, but he's 12. You know, like give him a little bit. Like, you know, whatever you try to work him to be is what he's going to become, and that'll determine his final stats and everything.
Yeah. So I have him shoot at this with his dagger repeatedly. And pick up his dagger so he gets the hang of it. And I think while he does that, I will fabricate him a sling so that he can also try to sling stones.
Don't mind that. I have to pick a target, and the tree is not a valid target according to the macro. He is not all of a sudden stabbing you.
All right, thank you. Because I would have figured I put myself 10 feet away and said, keep practicing. And I make him a sling, and he has a little pouch now, with his little kit.
He's actually getting worse.
Well, let's just roll. Make him keep going as he goes. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. So, out of 3 rolls, he hit the tree twice. One time, he actually hit the tree, but with the wrong side of the dagger, and it bounced back off and almost hit him.
All right. Now try with the sling. So I hand him over the sling, typical slingshot. If you're good with that, we're gonna buy you a bow, train you with this short bow. First a sling, because I don't believe I can afford a short bow right now, and it would be a waste of money.
Okay.
So we just train with a sling, and that's pretty much it. You can have him train for real, or not.
I am doing it for real only because I am leaving it partly to chance what he becomes as well.
Okay.
So he's going to use the sling 3 times. We're going to see how many times he hits the target.
All right.
He automatically gets a +2 to his dexterity score and is now proficient in ranged weapons.
Cool. So you see, you're good with a sling. So you're going to be a good support from the back, slinging people in the head with your stone.
Okay, sir.
All right. So I want you to focus on your stone. It needs to hurt. It needs to hurt the target. Okay. You need to think about all those who've wronged you without anyone special, and you have to feel your blood boiling inside you, and the heat in your blood is transferred into the stone, and it hits your target. Okay, so basically he doesn't understand shit of what I'm saying, but it's Blood Hunter mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. But as you're saying that, he starts to think about his father being called away to war. And he starts to think about his mother dying in her bed of the fever. And he gets kind of angry. And he just picks the stone up and hucks it as hard as he can. And you see like the potential for rage in this child as well.
All right.
So far we have Rogue, Ranger, and Barbarian.
Yeah. All right. So Barbarian, Slingshotter, which I've never seen, but hey, why not? But Ranger seems good right now. Rogue could be cool, but yeah, okay. Hey, Jorgen, let's go back to the city center. Let's go and check for work if you want to have more money to eat better food.
I do like to eat, sir.
When it happens, right?
Yeah, when I get the chance to. I like to eat when I can.
All right. So, okay, I'll give it that. How about the puppy? Where's the girl? Who's asking for the pup?
All right, so reading over the notice about the lost puppy a little bit closer, you realize that this is one of the minor noble families, not the von Liechtensteins, obviously, and not anyone high up. This is someone who is more wealthy than influential. Somebody who is invited to the parties not so much because uh, of their influence or anything, but because they give nice gifts.
Yeah.
And so they have a lineage of puppies going back for generations, and that's how their family has made their money. Is these puppies are like your
Yeah, their quality.
King Charles Cavaliers, type of dogs. Like it's a status symbol to own one.
Um, all right. Do we have an address?
Yeah, you do in fact have somewhere to go, but it says, "Come with the dog and you will be rewarded. Come without the dog and you will be turned away."
Is there any information about said dog?
Yes,
Because
there is a
we're looking
very
for a dog. Okay, give me something.
there is a very highly detailed illustration that this person obviously paid a, you know, Da
An
Vinci,
artist.
yeah, a Rembrandt level of like artist to like come in and make this illustration, and then like they printed these and posted them all over town.
Obviously, I'm not the only one looking for it. And whoever stole the dog, because it's probably not run off, who has interest in having pretending in the title? See, I think I don't have enough information about dog to even find it.
But here is where you roll your
Investigation.
yes, investigation.
All right, so skills. I will.
And roll with advantage because you ran in this circle.
So,
Yeah, so as you are, remembering these people, you begin to go over in your head all of the various times that you saw them and anything they might have mentioned or anything that you might have noticed. And suddenly, you remember one very odd statement that this woman's bachelor had made kind of offhandedly, and he did it in that very French way of like insulting someone without like making it extremely obvious, almost like a polite insult. And as a result, um, as a result, you didn't really think anything of it at the time, but now, remembering back, he had basically promised to throw that dog into the sewer if it ever bit him again.
all right. I just remember something. Jorgen, if you see anything evil that tries to hurt you, channel your anger through your sling. You remember that, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
All right. So I want the source. Main
Okay.
entrance to the source, close to it.
Yeah, so the sewer system here is very ancient and run down, and it's basically carved into the mountain to let all the runoff go further down the mountain because having to haul all of that would really suck.
And that means, I mean, if a guy was going to throw it to the sewers, that means there's a place he would have thrown it. The dog.
Uh, yeah. But there's really only like one access to it, basically. So.
Let's go.
Yeah. Just 1 second. It appears I have to transmogrify this over. All right, there we go. One second, I'm just looking for the access point. There we go. Now, under grabbables on the journal, you should find a torch.
I cannot drag it, it appears.
You cannot?
Right now, I actually see nothing. No map. I see myself on the lower right with nothing. All black.
The torch is not lit up for some reason. Let me light that sucker. Oh, it's this new dynamic lighting that they got. Let there be light!
All right.
All right, so now I'm going to show you one really cool thing. If you go to the left of the settings, that icon that looks like 3 eyes turned to the side.
Collection.
Yeah.
Collection.
Click on collection. Under macros, you'll see carry tokens menu. If you click on in bar and then down at the bottom you click on show macro quick bar, you'll see a little thing pop up in the bottom left. And
carry tokens menu.
Yep. And then if you click on your token and then on that, you can actually carry the torch around with you, and then you only have to move your token. Okay, so click on your token, then click on carry tokens menu. Now click on carry above, and it'll say select target, and click on the torch.
All right, carry above does not show. There's 2 items called carry tokens menu, so I'll click on mine. Mine is selected. Click. I do not see anything called carry. Okay, let me redo that. I'm in macros. Under macros, there's ammunition, recovery. There's 2 carry token menu. And there's many others.
2 carry tokens menu.
Yeah.
I do not see 2 of them. I only see 1. Try clicking on the other one. Now,
Okay.
in the chat, there should be a carry above, carry below, drop by name, drop all.
Carry token in the chat. I was in collections. I didn't see the chat.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So now go back to chat.
Carry below, and I click...
Carry above. Click carry above,
Okay.
and click on the torch. X out of the black box that popped up first. Cool,
Torch
right?
is moving. All right. Oh, and now...
Yeah, now you broke it because you pulled the torch off of you. So just click on your token, click on carry above, and click on the torch. And now move.
And now I'm supposed to...
There you go. So just move yourself around, and the torch will automatically come with you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, young Jorgen, here's a torch.
Good idea. All right, so click drop all and then move off of the torch so I can carry it.
So, drop all.
Drop all. Yep, there you go. All right.
Okay,
now,
can we not have each... yeah, it's better if he... Well, if he has it, I'm going to tell him, if you need to use your sling, drop the torch on the side, not on the water, because the torch will shut down.
Oh, okay.
Can we each have a torch?
Yes.
I'd like to fix one on the top of my shield.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and just do the exact same thing. Just grab another torch and there you go. And
grab a torch.
Carry.
All right. This. Carry above. That. All right. So I click my icon. Tokens. It didn't go bloop, so sometimes...
Uh-oh, I think we broke the API. 1 second. I just have to restart it.
It's okay, but now we each have a torch.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jorgen, the trick when you go into a sewer is you follow a wall. In this case, we're going to follow the left wall. Okay. So where we are, we go down, and we keep to our left. So I'm showing him the follow the left wall thing. Why is my torch not following me? Okay. I'm going to reset my torch link. Now I see nothing, including the torch I'm trying to select, because Jorgen moved out. So I can't see nothing, even my torch. So I can't click it. So I click myself, click tokens, carry above, click my torch, and then move myself. And now my torch is moving with me. Okay.
Yep.
So follow that wall.
Oh,
come on, little Jorgen.
And now it's not again. Hold on.
If this is going to be trouble, what I'll do is I'll just move the torch.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me try and fix this for you real quick, and then it should work just fine.
Yeah. What you could do also is give a light radius to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix. Yeah. I'm going to fix it to my shield.
I have various tricks for when stuff isn't working, but like this should work just fine now. The problem was you were clicking on the torch. All right, so as you guys make your way through the sewers, you see that you were at the high ground where like there wasn't as much liquid, but now you're moving to a part where there is. Jorgen walks up the stairs on this side to avoid the water and is on the high catwalk.
Yeah. So At this point, wait, Jorgen, not too fast. Wait for me. If you see I wait, you have to stop. Now that I see that there's going to be more and more water, maybe the dog didn't come from here. Is it accurate to say it will be less work for the DEM if I don't pursue in that direction?
No. It's whatever you want to do.
All right. But there's water.
And also, just for the record, the water is no indication of whether or not the dog went this way. In fact, if anything, it would just make it harder to tell if it did, like, go through the water. But but you can do a survival to check for tracks. Luckily for you, it is not hard to smell the recent stench of dog feces coming from up ahead, and you can tell that it's dog feces because it had circled back this way, and you can see a little dog print where it had stepped in its own poo.
All right. So, all right, you're going to each our side, and we go that way. Is there anything that way?
Yes, that's the next part of the map.
Okay, so you had done that.
Yes, sir. Just takes a second for the map to load.
It just gave me an impression like, okay, this is the end of the map. So is that a wall, or you see nothing?
Yeah. No, it looks like that. You're all good. Don't worry.
All right.
Hey, where'd Jorgen go? Why did it only copy you over? Hold on. I gotta go grab Jorgen again, I guess.
This little Jorgen will actually have a character sheet.
I wasn't sure who you were going to end up hiring.
Yeah. I mean, it just felt weird to say, hey, you're a kid, but in the medieval era, having a kid that will follow you for free just to be fed and cared for, that's how they did it. I mean...
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He was going to fend up for himself, so becoming some kind of squire was a way to go.
Yep.
All right, what is this red stuff there?
Blood.
Hopefully not the blood of our dog.
It's a lot of blood.
Yeah, Jorgen, cross on the... No, don't go to blood. Cross on this side.
I don't want to try and swim through the muck, sir.
Is it that deep?
Yeah.
Would I be more than hip deep if I went there?
About hip deep.
I mean, I'm an adventurer, so I'm just gonna hop there. Now, blood is something I know about. When it's about blood, I should have some kind of advantage on what kind of blood it is and whatever.
Yeah, so even though it's dried, you can tell that this is fairly recent, and it's enough blood for at least 2 people.
20 on my investigation.
Yeah, and so that's going to tell you that not only is it enough blood for at least 2 people, but in order for it to get everywhere like this, something like ripped them apart.
Yeah, so there's something potentially violent here, and it's not the dog. And that blood is from humans. It's more, I imagine it's from humans or 2 big creatures.
At least the size of humans, yes.
All right, so you're going to be ready to give him hell. Just following behind me. And I'll follow those tracks.
Yeah, so the blood continues down this way a ways, but eventually the tracks of blood stop, but then you notice little paw prints. Whatever happened here, the dog walked through the blood while it was still wet and continued to walk on, leaving a clear trail leading off.
All right, so let's just keep going. So we're up here, little Jurgen. Yeah.
Here, the ancient architecture of the sewers is showing you just how amazing these people were in the ancient past, because this is still standing after almost 3,000 years when this city was first built.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Look at the architecture, Jurgen. Look at all how it's made. Always keep a good appreciation of what you've discovered.
Oh, yes, sir.
Follow me into this path.
As you guys cut down the narrow path, you suddenly hear a noise from up ahead.
Hey, Jurgen. Try to be as silent. And I whisper it. I go to him. Try to be as silent as possible. Whatever creature this is, we're going to try to surprise it. Okay? So that
sir.
is a normal stealth.
Yes.
Jurgen. He's small. He doesn't make a lot of noise. Just have to.
Yeah, he stays plenty behind you.
All right, I just saw the side of it. I'm gonna bite my left thumb and slide it along my blade, and I'm taking 2 damage.
Okay.
Which activates my blade's my rapier's special blood feat.
Yes.
And the extra D4 damage is fire damage. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to stealth my way. Does the Croco see me?
You can't tell. You see it because it is pale white floating in the mucky green sewage water, but you can't tell if it's seen you until you get close enough. So you just, keep going.
From here, it seems to be there. It seems to be exactly where it is. Okay, stand back a bit. Stand and 5 feet behind me. Go a bit further. Yeah. Because I'm gonna pop a short bow arrow into it. I guess I go to weapons.
Yep.
In my case, it's a longbow. So I'm gonna pop an arrow, and I click on attack.
And it is a critical hit as your longbow arrow streaks through the air and hits the crocodile.
Rolling a D0, like if you go R1D0,
Yeah.
/ R1D0, yay!
Yeah, so
I rolled a 0 crit.
So as
it's a D8, right?
Yeah, you gotta type in the 1D8. You tried to type in 1D8 plus 1D4, didn't you?
1D8.
And
okay,
it's another D8 and then your D4.
I put my blood curse on my rapier.
Oh, so not your bow. Yeah, you're right.
Not the bow. Yeah, it's only one. Well, actually, I could do both because
you do have to do the other D8 though, because it was a critical hit.
I'm just gonna re-roll that.
Yeah. That's perfect.
And then of course it's not a crit. Okay,
Yeah,
we're confused.
but no,
Okay,
it's okay.
The first damage was 3. The
No,
first damage was
you
3,
still have
and then I rolled a d8, which was 5.
Yep, but that's not right, and you still have the damage wrong. Let me take a look and see if I can get this fixed.
The longbow should do 1d8 plus 5. Yeah, my longbow should do 1d8 plus 3. Oh, scheiße. 1d8, okay. I think I've done it correctly this time. I'm just gonna test it. Yes, it does the correct damage.
Yep.
All right, so
now you rolled a 5 plus 3 is 8. On the second roll, you rolled a 3, which is a total of 6. So 14 total damage was done to the crocodile. You shot it right in its eye, and it is blinded.
Oh, you give it a condition in addition to that.
Not all the time, but when there is a critical hit and it deals more than half of the damage, I tend to, apply a condition.
Oh yeah. Cool. That's nice. And then I say, Jürgen, come and shoot it. So I just step forward and give him a chance to see if he advances and huckle something into the...
So he takes his sling. I'm rolling the dagger, but it's the same thing. And he tries to hit the crocodile and manages to nail it on its head for 3 damage, but the crocodile is not dead, though it is sinking into the water. In other words, it disappears below the water.
So is it not visible anymore?
Correct. It is not visible right now.
All right. Stay wary. I think I will curse my bow also. Slink! Put some blood, licking on it. I take another 3 damage to myself. This is gonna hurt bad later. But now my 2 weapons are cursed. Should have done that before. Yeah, I have this because I'm on that specific school that allows me to curse 2 items instead of 1.
Yeah.
Actually, it allows me to... Oh, wait.
You have the one that allows you to deal the damage to the blood curse to the undead. Those without blood.
Yeah, I can do this with those without blood. If I do this to a weapon, the Crimson Rite, okay, I imbue my weapon to strike for 1d4 extra radiant damage with an additional 1d4 versus undead. That's a thing.
Gotcha, yep.
I also have the 1d4 fire, which is my blood maledict, because all of these stack on,
Okay.
You can invoke a blood curse a number of times per shot based on your level. You can choose to amplify the curse, losing... Okay, there's so much fucking places that you add a d4. It's hard to follow, okay?
This will all be fixed when I get the macro set up for it, because it's going to just ask you, like, is it this? Is it this? And then it'll add all of your d4s, together.
Yeah. So you can invoke a blood curse a number of times per shard based on losing 1d4 hit points. That's the blood maledict. That goes... And the Crimson Rite is 1d4 extra damage of the chosen type. So the Crimson Rite is fire. Crimson Rite. The Rite of Dawn is a d4 on top of that of radiant damage to undead. Okay? So Crimson Rite is one thing and Rite of the Dawn is another thing.
Gotcha.
Okay? And Crimson Rite says at one point you have the ability to do that an extra time I'm just looking for it in the rules. Okay, you gain additional use of your blood maledict. An additional use of the blood maledict. Okay, now the blood maledict is the thing. Oh fuck, blood maledict is not okay. So I only have one of those things weapon I can do per.
Gotcha.
All right, I had to just check it and read the rules because I knew there was something I could do twice, but the number of times that they say blood something, curse, maledict, the bane, the dawn, the rights, the crimson right. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Complete language. Okay. So it moved on. Okay, so I tell him stay as stealthy as you can. So we're going to move at half pace to keep our stealth.
Okay.
And it cannot have gone through here because there's barrage. So it's somewhere
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be here. Is there anything here somewhere?
Yeah, so you go ahead and roll perception to see if you can spot him.
It's a 6.
Unfortunately, you cannot spot the crocodile. It seems to be floating at the bottom, and although it is not that deep, it is very polluted, and so it is.
Yeah, it's muggy.
Yeah, it's very opaque.
Okay, Jorgen, you have a bag of stones?
Yes, sir. I gathered up the stones just like you told me to.
All right, so here and here and here, we're each going to do 2 or 3 shots, and I'm going to lose an arrow or 2. That's okay. We're trying to disturb the water. Just shoot twice, once here and once here, all right?
Yes, sir.
And same with me. I'll shoot 2 and just see if the water moves once I try to disturb it. Because at this point, maybe it just went on higher. Because this is a bridge, right? So
yeah,
water runs under it.
His first shot just kind of like sinks into the water, but with his second shot, it kind of ripples and splashes down. You can't see the crocodile though.
All right, maybe there's no crocodile. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go higher. Now, keep your eyes behind your head because you might pop out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just keep going up. Like the stupid thing to do would be to enter that water ourselves.
Right.
What is that?
That is a downspout. There is active sewage being poured in right here from higher up the mountain.
All right, let's not go there.
Oh, it smells real bad.
Yeah, it does. Our goal is not to kill a crocodile, although you did some damage, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Any sound about the doggy or something?
Yeah, so as you guys are making your way through, you see a small clump of fur. It appears as though the dog got into a tussle with something, but there's no blood. Whatever happened, it wasn't that serious.
All right. Let me peek my head. All right. So much for keeping the wall to the left. So down here is just the sewage again. Let's go up.
Okay.
Traces of dog, left, right, up.
You don't see anything right here, but you do hear another noise.
All right, Jorgen, we're gonna have rats. I don't give a rat's ass, but the rats might have our ass.
So now that you're back in a drier part of the sewers,
Yeah.
you see that there is something truly terrifying. The biggest swarm of rats you've ever seen in your life.
All right, back off, Jorgen. Back off. Yeah, stay behind me, but make sure you can still see it. Start shooting.
Okay,
We
sir.
got, we got to kill this thing.
All right, so now we're gonna roll for
Initiative.
initiative. Yep.
Must I hold my token? Yeah, it is selected.
Yep. It's actually a token option. If you click on your token, you'll see the hourglass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the
you
built-in
and your
macros.
macros. I've never seen that before. That's why.
Yeah, I love macros. They make everything so much easier.
Then again, you have 10,000 hours in roll 20.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is sometimes I'll forget and leave my game open too, but I do have a couple thousand hours in, that's for sure.
When you forget your game or when you just leave it open, it only counts the last half hour. After a half an hour in activity, it doesn't count your time. So
Oh,
you're really,
really? Oh, then I
yeah,
have more time than I thought. I assume that
yeah.
cuz like there's been plenty of times where like I'll wake up and I'll be like, "Oh, game's still on." Jorgen unfortunately cannot connect with the large swarm of rats. He like shoots at it, but there's just so many that it doesn't appear that it did any real damage. The large swarm of rats pours down the stairs, skittering and screeching as it rounds around the corner towards you.
Okay. There's something called, that's my blood right. Okay, that's the one thing that I invested in. Cure specialist. I have an additional. Yeah, I know, but what is my freaking action? As a bonus action, I can do the blood right of binding. All right. So that's what I do. As a bonus action, I'll do the blood right of bounding augmented. So I pay 1d4 life, and now the swarm as a whole has to save DC 11 or find it's a strength DC 11 or their speed goes to 0. They get stuck there.
So they are
So
stuck.
so they're stuck there. And on that swarm, weapons. I shoot.
You hit the swarm, but you seem to only have pierced one of the rats, and so it doesn't deal as much damage. Swarms take half damage.
Oh, it's like they have resistance to everything?
Right. Is that your turn?
That was my turn. That
Okay.
was my bonus action.
So now he is going to attempt to hit them with his sling again.
Oh, they cannot use reactions. So the swarm's speed is reduced to 0 and cannot use reactions.
Right.
And they get to do a save. I've amplified it, so they have to do the save at the. Can make another saving throw on at the end of their turn. So just wanted to say that. To check it.
Thank you. Yes.
So at the end of their turn, they get to save again. My character sheet just disappeared, so I'm going to open it again. It just
that might...
That was you. I lost you.
Hello?
I lost you, and I lost the web. Okay, so my web shut down for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Because I lost your voice, and my Roll20 couldn't load, but I'm back, and we're all good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Roll20 defaults to having their chat turned on, and I forgot that for a second, and I kept hearing a noise, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, their chat was on for you. I set it to nothing, but maybe yours was on. Okay, so it's Jorgen's turn. Come on.
Jorgen is going to try and hit them with his
Focus
slipper.
with your anger.
Yes. He gets really angry and tries to chuck it as hard as he can at them. Unfortunately, it makes him just lose all accuracy, and the stone flies really hard but off course above them and smashes into the wall into powder.
Right. So the swarm cannot move nor take reactions and save DC strength DC 11 at the end of their turn.
Well, that ain't good.
Well, it means that my combo works. I'll get him down slowly with my least effective weapon, but at least they will have less hit points when we're done.
Indeed.
I did click it. I'm just giving time for the thing to load. And if it doesn't, I'm going to shut down my sheet again. Just reopen my character sheet. Just so. Now it popped.
Yes. So you nail the swarm. Once again, it doesn't deal quite as much damage as, all that, but it does hit it. And now, since they failed your save, they're still already pinned, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that will be their third turn.
All right.
Well, actually, it says round 2.
Yeah. Now it's round 3.
Okay.
Jorgen, once again.
Come on, boy, you can do this.
He gets real angry and tries to throw it, but he calms down just a bit at the end to try and get more accuracy. Unfortunately, he's just all frustrated and he can't seem to aim.
Keep going, boy. Keep going. Keep practicing.
The rats finally make their save.
Cool. All right. Now get ready. They're coming for us. I will, once again, do my best.
You hit the swarm.
And I'll switch to the rapier and get ready for them. Now the rapier
Yep.
does.
So you can drop your bow as a free action, and then you get one free interaction with a weapon. So you draw your rapier.
Yeah. Getting ready for that. And the shield is equipped again, and
Well, the shield won't be equipped yet because you only get one free interaction.
well, I'll equip the shield then.
Okay.
And when it's time to act on my next turn, I'll draw the rapier.
There you go. Just wanted to make it clear that if you're drawing your
Okay.
rapier, you can't equip your shield. So now your shield is ready, and you'll pull your rapier with your attack on your next turn.
Yeah.
Finally, Jorgen manages to hit the right combination of anger to, like, be able to throw it as hard as he can and hit the swarm. Unfortunately, he was just not, like, aiming quite as well as he would have hoped, and he only hits one of the rats. It still deals the 1 damage, even though it's half, but it's not much.
Yeah. That's good, little Jordan. Let's keep going.
The large swarm of rats charges ahead at you. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, nope. They cannot attack you. They actually need to be in your space. They did not have enough room enough action to both move and attack you.
So that means if I back off, they get no attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Well, I'm the wall between them and Jorgen right now, so I'm going to stay right there.
But Jorgen
Okay.
goes after you, so he can move too. Like, before the rats go, you and Jorgen both get to go. So if you back off, Jorgen will back off.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll back off 20 feet. First, I'm going to swing-a-ling-ling.
Smashing into the horde of rats, or stabbing into the horde of rats with your rapier, you manage
Plus
to...
2 fire.
Yep, you managed to nail a couple of them. At the last moment, your rapier bursts into flame, and another rat gets barbecued as well. And so a total of 15 means you did 7 damage.
So I'll back off. It's 20 feet their range, as I saw fit. So I'm going to back off there. And I'll say, Jorgen, sling and then get behind me.
Yes, sir.
Was that the proper space?
Yes. Oh, now you're 1-2. Yeah, there you go. You're good.
Okay.
I just really suck today, sir.
You hit it twice. You hit the crocodile. Keep trusting yourself. We don't become good after just a moment. Now, do you see the strategy, Jorgen? We're making sure not to be within its attack range, but enough for us to attack it and grind it down slowly.
Yes, sir, I get it. He seems to be a smart lad. Unless he's just lying to you and saying he understands it when he doesn't.
Well, I'm going to roll. All right, man. 12 plus 4 fire.
as you nail a couple more of the rats with your rapier, you notice that the swarm has been reduced.
And I will back off 20 feet. Come on. Shoot and back off, Jorgen. You can do this.
No, I can't.
It's okay. Just don't get bit in the ass by the crocodile behind me.
That's a good point.
Just clicking in many places. All right. My God.
You stab into them again. You are just messing these rats up.
Yeah, it's just the dices are good. Because usually, I mean, I should have had 50-50 or something, but hey, it works.
Yeah, yeah.
That dueling bonus really helps me. Plus, no, it's attack on damage. Yeah, it's attack on damage.
And then I assume you move back again?
I'm going to stay here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jorgen,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna stay here and keep swinging. Well, that's stupid. That's just fucking stupid. Just keep backing off. We're gonna be in a corner now. Shoot and attack. And then back behind me.
Yes, sir. He
You can do it.
finally nails another rat.
You don't tell me that you're no good when that's the second rat of the swarm you kill.
Oh no, I'm stuck in the corner, sir.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be between you and them. I'm staying here now. And boom.
As you stab into the swarm of rats, you kind of just miss and your rapier hits the stone below them and bends, but like, rapiers are meant to bend, so.
Yeah. All right. This is where I get it.
Are you standing here?
Yeah, because little Jorgen is in the corner.
All right. Jorgen says, I can't get a good launch with my sling being in the corner here like this. I got to step forward.
Yeah, step forward. Step right here. And then hide in this room. Just go hide in the room. Well, he did his point of damage.
Yes, he did.
What's the timer? I'm just curious. Timer.
The timer just helps me like keep things flowing, like because sometimes I'll be trying to rearrange stuff, and it just reminds me to like keep things moving. With a solo game like we're doing now, it's not really about like making sure you're taking your turn. It's more for me. But then when I have games with like 5 or 6 players, then it's about making sure everybody gets a chance to act.
Yeah.
But for this, I figured it was still good to keep it going. Just for my own purposes, I'm not worried about you finishing your turn in time like you can take as much time as you need.
Right. So do they move in my space?
Yes. Before I did that though, I just wanted to make the attack.
Okay. 16 doesn't hit.
No, it does not. And so it is your turn.
Swing a ling ling.
Ooh. You stab a few more of the rats, and now they are reduced even further in size.
Come on, Jorgen, take an angle and shoot it. Shoot at my feet. Just don't hit me. Don't roll 1.
I'm gonna try not to, sir. What's this rolling a 1 you speak of?
I don't know.
You're crazy, sir.
Well, he kills a rat.
He does indeed. That's like the 4th one.
Yeah, I told him he would get better. Although it's purely random. But he had more successes than failures so far.
Correct. They dash away, provoking an attack of opportunity from you. And you kill them before they can make it away. The last rat tries to run, and you just stab it right through the back.
All right. You're awesome, Jorgen. You helped me kill the freaking rats.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we have to keep going.
All right. So you guys keep going.
We'll go up here. We'll go investigate this room. Pull myself up here. Is there anything noteworthy dog style?
Nothing dog style over here.
All right. Okay, let's take a peek on the
What's
right.
down here, sir?
What was that?
What's down here, sir? And Jorgen starts to wander off down here.
Do you remember these rats? More rats. So how about you stay behind me?
Oh, okay, sir. Sorry.
Unless you want to die this time.
Well, I don't want to die.
Yeah, well, let's try not to, right?
Oh, that way
Okay.
seems to lead back to the other way where we came from.
Yeah, let's just go down here and make sure to clear it up. Come here. Yeah. Anything in the corner here? No.
Yeah. So in the corner right here, what you see is like an ancient "You Are Here" map. But
All right.
it does like show you like some of the surrounding area. So you got to go down if you want to get through this area.
Want to go down? You mean south?
Yes.
All right. So let's keep going this way, I guess. This is all dry, so it's all good.
Yeah, I can make it no problem, sir.
All right. I guess we'll have to cross here. Huh.
Oh, what do you want to do, sir?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I have trouble selecting my token. Yeah. Just go down here. And there's probably a way to pass. Yeah, right here. Yeah, check it out. You can cross here.
Okay.
And just be careful not to fall, because then it's bye-bye, Jorgen. See you never again. All right, so there's nothing here. Let's go back. And let's head south. But I wonder what is on our right.
Okay. So now that you are heading south, we need to go to the next map.
Yeah. I can only imagine we will start at the top of this map.
Yes. Huh. It's not copying you guys over for some reason. 1 second.
It needs a better copying mechanism.
Yeah, I guess.
Coping mechanism.
Coping.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I wasn't copied, but I'm copying.
Yeah.
Hey, I need a bio break, so how about we take 2 minutes?
Yes, no problem.
I am back if you are.
Yes, of course.
All right, thank you for your time. So, We see the map. Let's keep going.
Yes, sir.
Can you associate my torch to me?
Yes, sir.
You seem to be able to just click and
Yeah,
me
well, I'm used to it, so. Been doing it for a long time. You'll get used to it after a couple sessions.
All right. From this point on.
Yeah, so as you notice, the water here is, very old and stank, and it fills the air. I'm going to need a constitution save from you and Jorgen.
I've got it set to automatic. It's just the default of the thing.
Yeah, I saw what you did. It's okay.
Wow.
I don't know. This kid's looking more and more like a barbarian or a fighter every day.
I mean, the slingshot barbarian, as long as he attacks, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Does the rage go when to continue the rage? He needs to actually succeed in attack, or he just has to do an attack?
If he were to actually get the rage ability, it would be because he is getting angry and then takes damage.
Okay, for a barbarian to lose, is it when he fails an attack or when he does no attack for one turn?
Yeah, I think if you don't attack.
Yeah, because sometimes you could miss, but as long as you try to attack, you still keep it up, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. So, Constitution save done. This looks like another cesspool. Let's follow that one.
Okay, sir. Oh, what's this over by the side? And Jorgen goes to kind of bend down and show you something in the water.
All right. So, show me, Jorgen.
As Jorgen points it out, you see that it is the body of a person, or at least their arm, sticking up slightly out of the deep water.
All right, Jorgen, stand back and let me do this.
Okay, sir. And he backs up.
I'm gonna pull the body out.
As you pull, it is half of a torso missing an arm and both its legs.
All right. Anything that I can recognize about this? What about the attire? Is it slum attire?
Yeah, so as you're looking, you see that indeed it is slum attire. Do you want to do a full-fledged investigation on it?
Do I have gloves? No, I don't have gloves. I'm going to use daggers to sort out. So I'm going to do an investigation, but I don't want to directly touch the thing that could be infected.
Yeah. So you're just kind of looking over, seeing if you can find anything of note. It definitely appears as though the body has been chewed on and ripped apart by a large animal, probably a crocodile, maybe the crocodile you saw earlier. But more significantly than that, you find something very interesting. You find not only is this corpse completely drained of all blood, which is not surprising given the condition it's in, but it has two perfect puncture marks on the neck, an area untouched by the rest of the crocodiles or whatever ripped apart the rest of the body.
That's my second roll.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that I could be at advantage, but I don't know. You're the one who I'm going to set my advantage skills, which are Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, Religion, and Survival. I'm going to set them to always advantage, and you're gonna tell me if it gave me the information or not.
Right.
Because I don't know if I have advantage.
Right.
It's you.
Right.
All right.
But in this instance, you do know that this looks like what you have read the bite of the vampire would look like.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so they dumped the bodies here, basically.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, at least this one.
At least this one. Anything notable, valuable, anything, I guess?
Nothing else, on this corpse, just the rags that it was wearing over its torso and the bite mark on its neck. But, as you look down, you see that this was a young, beautiful woman, and it kind of reminds you just a little bit of your wife.
Yeah, it's not her, but it's the same modus operandi.
Yeah, it just brings up that whole,
Yeah. Butterflies inside and disappointment and anger and stuff like that.
Yeah, all of that. And frustration, because you know that even as capable of a warrior as you are, taking on a vampire sounds like a very daunting task indeed.
Yeah, it's not something I'm going to do tomorrow. All right. Let's keep going, Jorgen. I'm just going to push the body back.
Yes, sir. That's not the first dead body I've seen, but oh, man.
Yeah, all right. Hey, do I fit in here if I go sideways?
Yeah, I mean, you're not fat or anything, but you're bigger than the hole. Jorgen can squeeze right through. But once you squeeze inside,
Yeah. Are you dead?
Oh, sorry. It's not a huge swarm of rats. Instead, it is a giant nest, and
I lost you again.
oh, God darn it! All right.
I get you.
In the giant nest, you see several giant ratlings and one giant rat guarding its nest.
All right. Jorgen, put your head through this little hole and pop him a few rocks.
Oh, okay, sir.
I've never seen a barbarian use ranged weapons. Usually a barbarian rushes in and tanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not necessarily for sure going to be a barbarian, but,
Yeah. I think I'd like him to be a ranger.
He tends to have ranger abilities so far.
Yeah. I mean, is small size. I don't want him to die in the first encounter, so I have him behind so he trains as a hunter.
Yeah.
And the thing's bigger than him, so maybe the Hunter Colossus Slayer would be...
Ooh, Yeah. So go ahead and roll initiative. Alright, so Jorgen does indeed pop in behind you and launch a rock at the giant rat. Striking that sucker for 4 damage.
That sucker. Don't get in trouble there. I'll go here and swing the small one. Weapons.
Right as you go to swing, suddenly you hear barking and a puppy charges out and tries to stop you from attacking its new friend.
Jorgen, if they don't attack, we don't attack.
Okay, sir.
So I'll free action a motion of stepping back and putting my hands up, but in just a small step back.
Yep.
If he takes that attack of opportunity, we just wreck him.
Nobody does. And the giant rat kind of like burrows into the nest. It didn't like getting hit. And so you are left alone with the giant ratlings and the puppy.
All right. Check this, Jorgen. This is another lesson. I'll take a ration and I'll pop a crumble in front of me here, in front of me here, and throw one in the back here.
They all greedily jump on the food. Even the puppy starts to share the ration with the giant ratling here.
All right. So that ration, I break it into bits, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna stash my rapier for now, and I'm gonna take a minute to befriend the puppy with food, of course.
Yeah, and so the giant ratlings and the puppy all gather around you expecting some more food.
Yeah. So I will be dropping a second ration.
And they all once again are hungrily waiting, except for this time, it seems that the puppy has showed them a few tricks. Instead of jumping on it, they all sit and wait patiently for you to give it to them like a treat.
So I will take the time to give them like a treat, one after the other. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And in the back, I even go here further and drop one close to the big ratling.
And the big rat grabs it up. I want you to roll animal handling one time.
Is it advantage since they're food influenced?
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna say, in this case, you know.
Yeah. You wouldn't always have advantage, but
shit. Whatever.
All right. Well, that's okay. It doesn't affect anything, but there was a chance that one of the giant ratlings was going to become attached to you.
Yeah, that's cool. It was just like a 3 and a 1. Hey, do I have advantage since they have food? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I never played to get a pet rat anyway. So
it was just a thing that might have happened organically. It wasn't a plan of mine either. It's the way that you approached it, and it just seemed like the right play.
Yeah, exactly. So the puppy is the one that we're looking for, obviously.
Yes, of course.
All right, so the puppy likes it. And I say, all of you want more food? Follow me. All of you follow me. And we're going to get more food.
Yeah, and so the puppy understands. The giant ratlings, however, stick with their mom.
Yeah, I will take the puppy curdled in my shield, and keep a piece of food ready in my hand so it nibbles on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I was gonna say, and so you guys make your way back out of the sewers.
yeah, that's what we want. Just back the same way.
Yep. And so as you guys make your way out of the sewers and back into daylight, holding the puppy, it begins to kind of like lick your hand, and it's just a happy puppy. And you make your way to this person's house, and the guard at the door says, "Hey, what business do you have here?"
Show him the puppy. I just show him the puppy.
Oh, go right in. Go right in. Our lady will be waiting for you.
Yeah.
And so you head to the front door, and on your way.
Come here.
Oh.
Now
yes.
stand straight and be silent.
Yes, sir. Yes,
There's
sir.
nobility.
And so he just stands really straight and silent behind you, and you have the puppy in your hands. And as you make your way to the front door, the what would he be? Butler? The butler answers the door, and he is like, "Yes."
I show him the puppy.
Oh, you found him, did you? Oh, I can't believe it.
We found him in the sewers, and we would not want to stench the house or the floor. So if the lady would come at the door, so we don't soil your habitacle.
Yes. I'll take the animal and see to it that you are rewarded accordingly. Please go wait at the guard gate, and someone will be out with your reward shortly.
Thank you.
Give me that dog.
Yeah, I'm reluctant to give the dog without the money, but I figure... All right, let's take a chance.
All right. So you give him the dog. And he disappears inside, shuts the door. You guys go walk out to the guard gate, explain to the guard, what's going on, yada, yada.
I have information. Actually, at the butler, I was not done. At the butler, I say, I have privileged information on what happened to the dog for him to disappear. That I will give on reception of the money.
Be right back with your money. Yes, of course. And
right.
So he calls somebody over. Redmond. And Redmond comes over and he's like, "Oh, take this dog and have it bathed." And he disappears into a back room and comes out with a bag of coins, and he's like, "Oh, here is your reward." And what would this information be? We wouldn't want any of these misfortunate happening again.
So there was this. I remember probably the name of the guy who did the comment about the sewers. I was at the party. I was attending the party.
It was this guy. It was the butler.
Oh, it was the butler. So I remember him.
Oh yeah.
So the butler's the one who threw it in the.
He's the one who made the comment.
He's the. I didn't know it was the butler. I thought it was like another guest.
No. It was the butler.
Well, I tell him. I found him in the sewers.
Oh, terrible.
Maybe it would be interesting for you to understand why it made its way into the sewers, but nonetheless, I found him into the sewers. So that was the information I had. I hope it will be useful for someone. I don't dare say that I know who did it.
Yeah, of course. Terrible ruffians, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, it would be awful if this sort of thing were to, spread around. And so why don't you take an extra 10 gold pieces here in order to just kind of, keep everything to yourself.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep it to myself. Thanks for the extra 10. That will be wonderful for us to bathe, indeed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, cool. We will be heading to an inn lower than bourgeoisie, higher than slums. So a common inn.
Yes, yes, and
Something of a higher quality than Jorgen is used to.
oh, for sure, for sure. But much lower quality, of course, than you would have ever stayed in
Yeah,
previously.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And yeah, the typical place, so we can at least bathe in the room, and unless there's a public shower or whatever, but we need to clean our clothing. We need to, we need to wash up
yeah,
entire.
absolutely, absolutely. And so, we will close our scene as you approach the inn and pick up next week with what happens the evening after trudging through the sewers and getting this gold reward. As you approach the inn, we're going to have the whole scene play out rather than just be like, okay, you find an inn and go to sleep.
All
um,
right.
so we're gonna do a whole thing with you going to the inn next time on Shadows of the Past. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for playing. Thank you to anyone who ends up watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.